Hi, this is Nuala.
And this is Matt.
And we're from Evolve Health Store in Enniscorthy. And if you're looking at this video, you're more than likely on our online shop and you're under the section multivitamins and energy. And today we're just going to go through what it is that you would need to know about which supplement to buy because you're lacking in energy.
Indeed.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is iron.
Yes.
Because iron plays a big part in some people for lack of energy, and sometimes that's why a multivitamin won't work, because they're not specifically getting enough iron. And we know that the deficiency symptoms of iron are
So often be lightness in the head, especially after you stand up, is a classic one. Apart altogether, of course, from the usual, just generalized lack of energy and kind of fatigue.
and even a bit of restlessness in the bed. Itchy skin with no rash is another one. If you're gone that far, you really need iron.
Indeed, yes.
So
and of course, walking up the hill to the shop in Enniscorthy is a great test. If you're very, very breathless at the top of that, it may well be an iron issue. So keep an eye on that one.
We would suggest that you take a vegetable-based iron, which you'll see below. Floridex is one of our favourite, and there's a lovely gentle iron too, and these are vegetable-based, so they won't constipate. So if you have any of those symptoms, try out some iron. Now moving on to Source of Life Gold, which is our favourite multi-nutrient of all time.
Ever.
And we take it all the time.
Yeah.
And that's why we're so energetic. But moving on to that, Matt, would you like to say a bit about that?
A bit about that one. So we really always see that as being the go-to. It's a super duper multi-nutrient. It's got so many ingredients in there. It's even got a little bit of spirulina, which is famously a great energizer in its own right. But it's got your complete multivit. Doesn't actually contain iron. Though often we would see people's iron status slowly improving when they're on it, because it just helps with all of the other nutrients that you need to utilize iron. But certainly the great thing about Source of Life Gold is usually you'll feel the difference within 2 or 3 days, without doubt.
Yeah, and they believe in their product so much that they will give you a week's supply. Not give you, you'll have to buy it. You get a week's supply just to try it out.
Yeah.
A capful every morning after breakfast, and you will see after 3 or 4 days that you can see the difference. So that's a wonderful thing about
better
that.
Stamina, better generalized energy.
And speaking of spirulina, which Matt just mentioned there, spirulina is a great one for iron, even to increase your iron levels, and brilliant, isn't it, Matt, for energy.
All round energy. And again, quick acting. You will know with spirulina, the same day that you take it, you'll feel that little bit of additional energy. I wouldn't be taking it late in the day in order to make sure that you're not overly charged up that night. But certainly it's one that is excellent for leveling blood sugar levels. It's a lovely little bit of B12 as well for those that tend to need a little bit of extra of that one. And then you can vary the dosage in terms of how many tablets you take according to your own needs.
So then we move on to rhodiola. And rhodiola is a very, very good herb, you would say.
Arctic root by another
Arctic
name.
root, yeah.
Famously from up around Siberia and that area.
And it's fantastic for your memory as well as giving you energy. So again, we would say take it in the morning, but it is actually something that both of us would recommend for energy. And some things have specific sort of additional things that
to them,
you'd say, well, why would I go for Source of Life Gold as opposed to rhodiola? And it may be that you're deficient in a lot of your vital minerals and vitamins that you will go for your Source of Life Gold. But you might be under a lot of stress.
Exactly.
And your body might need rhodiola more than the multi-nutrient if you were eating lots of organic food and you were eating very well. Because, sometimes a very fit person and eating well
Yeah.
would sometimes be under a lot of stress, and rhodiola would be good for that.
It's superb.
Yes, so we're moving on then to one of our favourites as well, which is CoQ10. Matt, would you like to say a bit about CoQ10?
Yes, well, of course, CoQ10 is something that our own body produces. So, first thing to know about it is that it's no stranger to your body. Your body produces CoQ10 every day. However, for a multitude of reasons, our own production of it can be a little bit low, according to sometimes some medications, not having maybe wonderful health for a while. And by taking on additional CoQ10, you can get that little bit of a boost to energy levels, and it again can be quite quick acting.
And it's really, really good for your heart.
Superb for the heart.
Especially if you're on a statin, you should take
Yeah,
CoQ10.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a wonderful addition to any regime.
And last but not least, ginseng, an old favourite. I mean, we've been we're in business 28 years now,
Yeah.
and both of us have been selling ginseng for that length of time. So it is, an old remedy that is very modern.
Yeah, it's still there, and as we were talking with rhodiola there earlier as well, helpful with stress as well. So it's
Yes.
one of those herbs that helps the body to be a bit more resistant and resilient when we're under a bit of extra pressure.
So I hope you found a few things interesting and helpful. And of course, you can always come in to see us in Evolve, and we'll give you any information you need. So thanks for listening.
Thanks.